Good day, everyone. My name is Islamia Tanoputri, and I'm going to explain about the Kettle-Horn-Carroll theory of cognitive abilities by using this presentation. So the first one is introduction. The Kettle-Horn-Carroll theory of cognitive abilities, or CHC, is a psychological theory on the structure of human cognitive abilities based in the work of three psychologists. They are Raymond B. Kettle, John L. Horn, and John B. Carroll. Based on a large body of research spanning over 70 years, Carroll's three-stratum theory was developed using the psychometric approach. The objective measurement of individual difference in abilities and the application of factor analysis, a statistical technique which uncovers relationship between variables and the underlying structure of concepts such as intelligence. Wallneiser 1996 said that the psychometric approach has consistently facilitated the development of reliable and valid measurement tools and continues to dominate the field of intelligence research. So basically, CHC theory is a combination of two established theoretical models of intelligence, which are the GFGC theory of fluid and crystallized intelligence, Kettle 1941 and Horn 1965, and three-stratum theory hierarchy, Carroll 1993. The CHC theory was expanded in the late 90s by McGrew and later revised by the help of Flanagan. On 2011, the extension of the model were detailed by McGrew, and in 2012, the model were detailed again. And today, the Kettle-Horn-Carroll theory is generally accepted as the most comprehensive and experiential supported theory of cognitive abilities, informing a substantial body of research and the ongoing development of IQ or intelligence quotient tests. The next one, I'm gonna explain about the background. So, awareness of the similarities between Kettle and Horn's GFGC expanded model abilities and Carroll's broad stratum 2 abilities were highlighted at a meeting in 1985 concerning the revision of the Woodcock-Johnson psychoeducational battery, Woodcock and Johnson 1989. At this meeting, Horn presented the GFGC theory to several important people in intelligence testing, including Carroll. Carroll was already a vocal supporter of the Kettle-Horn theory, stating in 1993 that the GFGC model appears to offer the most well-founded and reasonable approach to an acceptable theory of the structure of cognitive abilities. Carroll 1993. This 40th meeting was the starting point for the integration of the two theories. So we continue to Kettle and Horn's GFGC method. Kettle was the first one to propose a distinction between fluid intelligence, or GF, and crystallized intelligence, GC. John Horn, as a student of Kettle, had expanded the GFGC model to include 8 or 9 broad abilities. GF and GC are both factors of G, or general intelligence. Fluid intelligence refers to quantitative reasoning, processing ability, adaptability to new environment, and novel problem solving, while crystallized intelligence, or GC, refers to the accumulation of knowledge, general, procedural, and declarative. GC tasks include problem solving with familiar materials and culture-fair tests of general knowledge and vocabulary. So the next theory, which also contributes on the CHC theory, is Carroll's three-stratum hierarchy. So the American psychologist John B. Carroll made substantial contribution to psychology, psychometrics, and educational linguistics. In 1993, Carroll published Human Cognitive Abilities, a survey of factor analytic studies, in which he presented a theory of cognitive abilities, the three-stratum theory. Carroll's three-stratum theory presented three levels of cognitions. The first one is narrow abilities or stratum 1, broad abilities or stratum 2, and general abilities stratum 3. So this is a picture with details of stratum theory. So we're gonna move on to the next one, which is abilities. So the abilities are comprehension knowledge, or GC, includes the breadth and depth of a person's acquired knowledge, the ability to communicate one's knowledge, and the ability to reason using previously learned experiences or procedures. The next one is fluid reasoning, or GF, includes the broad ability to reason, form concepts, and solve problems using unfamiliar information or novel procedures. Next one is quantitative knowledge, or GQ, is the ability to comprehend quantitative concepts and relationships and to manipulate numerical symbols. Next one is reading and writing ability, or GRW, includes basic reading and writing skills. Next one is short-term memory, or GSM, is the ability to apprehend and hold information in immediate awareness and then use it within a few seconds. The next one is long-term storage and retrieval, or GLR, is the ability to store information and fluently retrieve it later in the process of thinking. Next one we have visual processing, or GV, is the ability to perceive, analyze, synthesize, and think with visual patterns, including the ability to store and recall visual representations. Next one is auditory processing, or GA, is the ability to analyze, synthesize, and discriminate auditory stimuli, including the ability to process and discriminate speech sounds that may be presented under distorted conditions. Next one is processing speed, or GS, is the ability to perform automatic cognitive tasks, particularly when measured under pressure to maintain focus on attention. And the next one is the 10th ability. The 10th ability, which is decision reaction time or speed, or GT, is considered part of the theory, but is not currently assessed by any major intellectual ability test, although it can be assessed with a supplemental measure such as continuous performance test. So decision or reaction time or speed, or GT, reflects the immediacy with which an individual can react to stimuli or a task, typically measured in seconds or fractions of seconds, not to be confused with GS, which typically is measured in intervals of 2 or 3 minutes. So the last one I'm gonna explain is method. Many tests of cognitive abilities have been classified using CHC model and are described in the Intelligence Test Desk Reference, or ITDR. McGrew and Flanagan, 1998. CHC theory is particularly relevant to school psychologists for psychoeducational assessment. So I think that's all my presentation for this topic. Thank you for paying attention, and I'm sorry if there is some misinformation or any information about this topic that I didn't include. And I'm so sorry if there is a misspelling or anything. Have a great day. Thank you and see you later.